Welcome back to the channel, guys. I know it has been a while since I made a video. I think it's been like 7 or 8 months since I made my last video. I appreciate the support I've been getting. Even though I haven't been uploading, I still get quite a few views and comments and stuff, so I appreciate that. The only reason why I haven't been making videos is because I haven't really had a car to make videos on. So today I finally have something. I'll tell you guys the plans here in a minute, but and I'll show you guys the car as well. But let me show you at least what we're doing today. So, my new car is too quiet for me. If you know me and know the cars that I've been driving, I like loud vehicles. Just kind of something I've always done. I enjoy listening to the vehicles and everything like that, especially manual vehicles. Makes it a lot easier to drive. You don't even have to think about shifts or anything. You just do it all by engine sound. So I like doing that. But here is the new car. So ignore the body work. We're doing some body work to it right now. It had some rust in some areas and we're fixing that. It'll be all fixed soon. Today, what we're going to be doing is installing a new up pipe. Alright, so first we're going to disconnect this down pipe. I'm going to disconnect it from right here and just let it hang. That way we can get to the up pipe bolts, which are down there. I don't know if you can see those, but we can get to those and then move this out of the way for us. But I'm going to let it cool down for a little bit. I was just driving it and I just took this bolt out right here to get to this one because it was kind of in the way. And it's super hot, so I'm gonna let it cool down for a little bit. So yeah. All right, so I got all these bolts out. There's 4. Yeah, there's 4. And I got all those ones out, so now I'm gonna go take the ones down there out. There should be 2 down there, and then this whole down pipe should be able to come out, and then that'll give us a little bit more room to get. There's like some bolts that come from this side underneath the turbo here. So once I get this out of the way, I'll be able to see those and be able to get those ones out. All right, so just got the down pipe out. It is laying right there. I've got a Milwaukee box holding the rest of the exhaust up. And D, what are you doing? Dude, you got like slobber coming everywhere. That's disgusting, dog. Ugh. All right, so now you might be able to see what I'm talking about as far as the bolts there. And that would be to drop the up pipe, but I think I might, or yeah, I'll probably undo these ones. And then there's also going to be some, yeah, right here. I'm going to take this heat shield off here and probably undo this cross pipe. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. All right, update time. So while I was doing it, I was starting to take off the crossbar or the cross pipe, and I realized it's a lot easier to just do manifolds. Just drop down the whole manifold from either side, and it's much easier. So I took out the manifold on each side. I undid this one. I'm gonna go ahead and replace all these gaskets anyways. And that's what I gotta do real quick. I gotta make a parts run to replace these gaskets. And then I didn't grab a downpipe gasket. I thought I had one already, but I guess I don't. So I need to go grab a gasket for that. But other than that, the only thing I have left is literally the up pipe. Everyone says you have to undo, there's a motor mount under this. I forget what it's called, but they say just loosen that and it should be able to pull the engine enough to drop it. So when I get back, I'm gonna try to get it out without doing that because I don't want to take off that. I mean, it's easy to take this off, but if I can leave that, I would rather just leave it. See if I can get that up pipe out of there, and then we can just go ahead and throw in the new one and everything goes back together, hopefully like normal. Yeah, so I'm gonna go run to Subaru real quick. They're only open for like another hour, so yeah. See, it needs to be loud like this. All right, made it back. Got my gaskets, downpipe, cross pipe, and then the donut gasket for the back of the downpipe to like the rest of the exhaust. So now get to try to wiggle that downpipe or that up pipe out. That's going to be probably the hardest part of this whole thing. Is just figuring out how to get that thing out of there without taking too much off, because I really don't want to have to undo that motor mount. If I have to, I will. I don't really mind doing it, but I would just rather not if I don't have to. So I'm going to play with it for a little bit and see if I can get it out. If not, I'll go ahead and start removing the intercooler to get to that engine mount. I guess it's update time. So got the front or the top mounted intercooler. I got that loosened. Call it like the dog bone. I think it's called the dog bone. And then there's two motor mounts underneath that I got loose. I got a jack up on here to push this up. Problem I'm running into is since I use rams, this jack cannot push the engine high enough to get the up pipe out. If it looks like it's hours from last time you guys saw me, it probably is. So, update. Yeah, stock bolts are not the same thread pitch as these. So I'm gonna have to replace this stud, and then I'm gonna have to find a different bolt for these. This is a stock stud that I stole off of the other one because this one's missing two studs here. But yeah, I'm missing 3 bolts. All right, as promised, today is now Sunday. Had to stop working on it because of that stud issue. But I also found oil in my intercooler, so I think I'm gonna replace this turbo. My brother already had another turbo laying around that he used on an old car that he used to have. Same exact turbo. So then I'm gonna use this turbo with this intercooler as long as this lines up, because we did notice this actually doesn't line up. This is the stock one. You can see the oil in there, and then there's oil all over this as well, meaning the turbo. But this one doesn't actually line up to this, so we're hoping that this intercooler will still match up fine. I'm probably gonna have to replace this, but I don't think it's gonna line up to this tube, because if I remember right, that other one angles down this way, not up. So I don't know exactly how we're gonna do that, but we'll see. All right, so another update. I got the turbo out of the car that was in the car. This is the one we were gonna put in. This is the TD04. This is the factory turbo that comes with it. And I thought the car already had a factory turbo. Turns out, this is a VF, I think it was a VF 39 or 38, I can't remember. But this is an STI turbo, like an 07 to 06 STI turbo. This car is not tuned or set up to run an STI turbo. So, and there's quite a bit of shaft play on this one, so I think I'm gonna put the stock one in for now and go ahead and rebuild this turbo. That way when I do have everything set up to run this turbo, I can do that. But for now, I'm gonna run to, it was the weirdest thing. So we went to Advanced Auto Parts this morning because they said they had a stud kit that I need and the perfect thread pitch and everything. We went there, the whole power on the whole like city block was out. I'm getting the worst luck on this car right now, but finally gonna go pick up the studs so I can put studs in these, and then go ahead and as soon as I get that done, I can literally start putting it all back together. So I'm gonna put this stock turbo back in. This is one my brother had laying around. And I'm gonna take this piping off of this one and install it on this one, because this one's all like, I don't even know. That was just not good. But the turbo is actually not a thing that's leaking oil. There's oil in the intake, so it's probably rings. I'm probably gonna have to do a rebuild on this, but for now I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it back together the way it is. Stock intercooler, stock turbo, because I don't want to push oil through a intercooler that doesn't have oil already in it. And then eventually, whenever I do the rebuild or whatever, we'll go and handle all that other situation. That's probably when I'll upgrade to the STI turbo and everything. All right, I kind of skipped quite a bit there. It's all put back together now. Stock turbo's back on. It's kind of burning off a little bit of coolant that fell down, but yeah, stock turbo's back on. The new up pipe is on, and it's still too quiet. I'm gonna go take it for a drive and see if it gets louder, like as RPMs build. But even at idle, I'd like it to be a little louder than this. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is, this has an STI downpipe back. So it's got a Catless up pipe, Catless downpipe, but then it's an STI exhaust back. So it has a STI muffler on it. So I think I'm gonna have to take that muffler out and replace it with another one. I don't want this car to be too loud, but I want it to be a little bit louder. You know, I want a good Subaru sound out of it. So yeah, we'll have to see. But for now, I am done messing with exhaust stuff. That was kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm kind of done messing with exhaust stuff. We also found out on the STI turbo that came with it, or that was already in the car, the turbine on the inside was completely, like, it's moving so much that it's hitting the housing and bending the fins. It's like literally grinding away at the housing. So definitely a good thing that I found this information, because the turbo I just put in is not doing that yet. The turbo I just put in is perfectly fine. It doesn't leak oil or anything. So, well, she overheated, like real quick. Like within like 10 minutes, overheated. This temp hit like 220, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Pulled over, shut it off for a little bit, let it just cool off. And then once it got down to like 150-ish, I was pretty close to an O'Reilly's, so I just jumped back in, went there. Totally forgot that when you undo the turbo line, it's obviously going to create a bubble in the coolant. So currently at O'Reilly's, bleeding it out. Went ahead and bought one of these buckets and some coolant, so I'm bleeding it out right now. Waiting for it to get up to temp real quick. And then, which actually is doing a lot better already. It's sucked down quite a bit already. So once it gets up to, well, it's actually pretty much at temp. I'm gonna hold it at like 2,000 RPMs for like probably a minute or two, let off, do it again and let off, and that usually burps all of it out. I don't know about Subarus though, because I've never done it on the Subaru. Like I said, it's my first Subaru. I'm used to Nissans. That's how you get Nissans to burp the coolant, but I have no idea how you do it on Subaru, so hopefully that works. All right, just got done bleeding the coolant, and it looks like we're good. I just went and drove it for like 20 minutes or so. It's still sitting at I think the highest it's gotten is 190. That was just sitting still. So I think we're good. It's running good, no check engine codes, no whatever. The car is still very quiet. I definitely need to do something about that rear muffler. I'm gonna try to find a whole different exhaust from the downpipe back. I'm probably gonna be able to find one on Facebook or something. That's what I'm gonna try to do. But yeah, I don't even know if you guys can hear this at all. The turbo is a little bit louder though. All right, so as you guys know, installing that up pipe did not change the sound. I didn't want to release a video of just that if I'm going to do some more changes to the exhaust. So I decided to hold off, and I took off. This is that STI muffler that I said was on there. Now from here back, there's also a resonator. I wanted to leave the resonator because then it would be fully straight piped. So I wanted to leave something just so it wasn't super loud. But so I took that piece off, and yeah, now I'll show you guys some sound clips. This is pretty much how I want it. Obviously, since I took that piece off, I'm supposed to replace it with another piece, but I have not done that yet. So currently there's just kind of, the exhaust ends like up back there. So I need to figure out if I want to put a muffler here or if I want to just go straight back. Haven't really done that yet. I don't know if it affects you guys where you are, but with this whole COVID-19 stuff going on, I kind of can't take this car to a shop or anything like that to have them weld me a new piece. And I also don't really like to spend money during times like this. Never know exactly what's going to happen. So until everything is over, I'm probably not going to spend any more money just to be on the safe side. So yeah, it does sound a lot better. louder, which is exactly what I wanted, and it sounds good while driving. So I'll give you guys some sound clips.